Hello everyone, Assalamu alaikum. This is Sultana Shanjita from Group 2. My student ID is 2012537110. Today I am going to discussing about control of the money supply process. This is a part of the money supply process. So if we have to want the better understand, first of all we have to know about what is monetary base. The monetary base refers to the amount of cash circulating in the economy. The monetary base equals the currency in circulation C and the total reserves in banking system, which refers to R. The monetary base can be represented as monetary base equal to currency plus reserves. The central bank exercises control over the monetary base through its purchases and sales of securities in the open market, which is called open market operation, and through its extension of discount loans to the banks. Here we can see a picture of monetary base and money supply. Here bank reserves and money in circulation is added to the monetary base, and checkable deposits and money in circulation is added to the money supply. So bank reserves and money in circulation is monetary base, and money in circulation plus checkable deposits, which is called demand, is money supply. Next, we can see here the Federal Reserve open market operation. The Federal Reserve operate the open market operation through the open market purchases and open market sales. The primary way in which the Fed causes changes in the monetary base is through the open market operations. A purchase of bonds by the Fed is an open market purchase, and sale of bonds by the Fed is called an open market sale. Federal Reserve purchases and sales of bonds are always done through a primary dealers who operate out of private banking institution. It is the most important part of a Federal Reserve open market operations. Without a primary dealer, a Federal Reserve cannot operate with the Federal Reserve open market operation, which includes Federal Reserve open market purchase and open market sale. The open market operation are taken to either reduce or introduce liquidity into the market in an effort to manipulate interest rates and therefore inflation. Then we can see the open market purchase, which is included the open market operations. Suppose the Fed purchases $100 million of bonds from a primary dealer. To understand the consequences of the transition, we can look at T account of the banking system and the Federal Reserve System. The banking system and Federal Reserve System will be changed for the purchases of $100 million of bonds from a primary dealer to the Fed. The changes of the banking system will be the securities will be reduced and reserves will be higher, because when the bank sells the securities to the Federal Reserve System, the securities must be reduced, and for these sales and purchases of Federal Reserve System, the reserves will be higher, because for this sale to the Federal Reserve System of the bank, they will be receive a reserve from the Federal Reserve System, and their reserves will be increased $100 million. Then Federal Reserve System will also be changed. Here we can see securities will be increased by $100 million and reserves will be reduced by $100 million, because when the Federal Reserve System purchases the securities, their securities will be increased by $100 million, and for this purchase they have to pay the reserves to the banking system, so the reserves will be reduced by $100 million. Then another operation of open market operation is the open market sale. Similar reasoning indicates that if Fed conducts an open market sale of $100 million of bonds to a primary dealer, the Fed deducts $100 million from the dealer's deposit account. So the Fed's reserves fall by $100 million. To better understand, we can see a T account of the open market sale. Here, assets will be reduced by $100 million and reserves will be reduced by $100 million, because when the Federal Reserve System is going to operate an open market sale, the securities will be reduced and the reserves will also be reduced by $100 million. And this is the process of open market operation as Federal Reserve System, and by this open market operation the Federal Reserve System control the monetary base. Thank you everyone. Assalamu alaikum.